It's rare that North Korea does something that escapes the public eye. A day before the opening ceremony of the Winter Olympics in South Korea, Pyongyang held a military parade. Is there a message that Kim Jong Un is trying to send? About 13,000 goose-stepping troops, 50,000 spectators, tanks, artillery and all of the other military bells and whistles. That's North Korea for you, and on the eve of participation in the Winter Olympics in South Korea. But unlike previous occasions, this parade was not telecasted live on state-run television, and foreign media were banned from the event. So what message was the North Korea's leader, Kim Jong Un, trying to send? The Western media speculated that since declaring itself a nuclear state last year, North Korea is trying to normalize its status in the parade on Thursday, and the Olympic event the next day is to underscore that. More than anything else, it tells the world that North will not compromise on its nuclear weapons, seen as the ultimate guarantee of regime survival. Coinciding with these events was the satellite images posted by WION Parallel website, which provides analysis and research reports about the Korean peninsula. It says Pyongyang is building 2 new military bases on its southwest coast. One base at Yongbong, and in just about 30 minutes from South Korean island of Daejeon-do, and from there to point of Incheon. It will deploy at least 50 assault hovercraft. Another base is in Sasulpo, will also have an assault hovercraft. Construction work is visible. It will enable the North to attack the South Korean area, the south and the east as well, rather than the heavily defended land border. Now, Incheon had been captured by the North Koreans during the early phases of Korean War in the year 1950s. So the presence of North Korean assault hovercraft will renew concerns in the south. Although nobody expects to see a war break out in the region, but South is uncomfortably aware that North can marshal nearly 1 million men and thousands of tanks and artillery in the event of war. Joining me live on the program is our senior foreign editor, Surya Gangadharan. Good evening, Surya. What message is the Supreme Leader of North Korea, Kim Jong Un, trying to send now, just days before the Winter Olympics begin?
I think he's basically reiterating a point that the North has made many times in the past, that its nuclear posture is directly linked to its survival as an independent nation, and it's linked to the regime's survival. And while there's no overt display of nuclear weaponry and during the parade that was held earlier today, the fact remains that North Korea will not budge from its stand, that nuclear weapons are the sole guarantee of the survival of the regime.
Right, Surya, and this time around his sister's due to visit South Korea as well. Relationships seem to strengthen, at least for the media and to people outside the country. What sort of message would this send out?
No, I think the Western perception is that the North is trying to divide the South from its ally, the US. And it's also perhaps one of the reasons why the US Vice President Mike Pence is also in South Korea at this point. Clearly, he will have his own dialogue with the South Korean president. There is no meeting we are aware of between any member of the North Korean delegation or even Kim Jong Un's sister and any of the visiting US delegation. But they're all going to be around more or less in the same venue. So there are, I mean, one can read perhaps something into this. Perhaps there could be some kind of a dialogue going on at this point between the North Koreans and the US, which is something they have always wanted. So in that sense, this sending of a delegation to take part in the Winter Olympics is a positive sign. Although many in the US would say the North is trying to push its luck, divide its ally, and in that sense ensure that tomorrow when there is a war of some kind, the South will be largely insulated or perhaps reduced to a point where it may not be able to retaliate.
Well, thank you, Surya Gangadharan, for joining us in the program and giving us those details. Appreciate it.